and we'll be watching the Browns burner at wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Browns and the Hawks just ahead on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. Stroud completes this out wide. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. The Browns at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing now is Stroud. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there at 22.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Stroud. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point attempt to come here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Milton, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, and just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Diaz. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because Right now, he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Operating from the gun, Kavanaugh. He finds his man, complete. That's Robertson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. This now a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Kavanaugh. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Up the middle they go. Milton. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Off play action. Kavanaugh. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Kavanaugh. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. As they've got it as we resume action. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Diaz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 3rd down and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Milton, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Milton, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Kavanaugh. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Cleveland offense making their way out. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Stroud to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Here goes Stroud again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now Stroud. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. The throwing again is Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Second down and goal. Stroud. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. C.J. Stroud in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin in the AFC South. It's Indianapolis on the road at Tennessee. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. The Titans trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Jaden Daniels strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Brian Thomas, a touchdown catch in the victory. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Start offense.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Slot man moves right. On 2nd and 10, Stroud. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. C.J. Stroud taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Off the play fake. Kavanaugh. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Over the middle, complete. That's Robertson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Kavanaugh. His throw incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now a handoff up the middle. Milton. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Kavanaugh. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
On 1st down, Milton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Kavanaugh. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Operating from the gun. Kavanaugh got his man complete over the middle. That's Robertson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Back to throw. Kavanaugh. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Kavanaugh to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud, he finds his man, complete. That's Diaz. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the gun on third down. Stroud able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back to throw. Stroud. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Operating from the gun. Stroud. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Kavanaugh. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Following the fumble recovery. Stroud throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And he fires one, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Throwing to start the drive. Kavanaugh firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Looking to throw. Kavanaugh. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud over the middle. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Stroud. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend the play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Milton. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now he'll dump. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. He'll fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Operating from the gun. Kavanaugh. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. From the gun on third down. Kavanaugh. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, they'll run it here.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
First down,
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins and who loses.